think every parent knows that at some level, the traditional education model is really not equipping our children to step into the world that they're going to inhabit with generative AI. What we know is about 90% of education is motivation. And our son is more motivated and empowered at school than we've ever experienced before.
Education was a huge part of what we were looking at, but we also wanted the mix of social, emotional, and activities too, because I feel like you can have the education, but if you don't have the experience or the continued learning outside of the classroom, then it's really hard to get those concepts really to apply.
When it comes to education, our family has done a little bit of everything. We've been in private schools, we've been in public, we've homeschooled. And so what we loved about Alpha is that you are able to really focus in on each child, that individualized learning, and really help them feel successful, but also really challenging a child. The bar is set so high, and he keeps wanting to climb higher and higher.
He really loves school. He loves school because he's motivated. He loves school because he has fun there. And he loves school because he feels like he's thriving. And none of that was present at his previous school. And so within the first week, what became really obvious to us is that there's this competitiveness in his academia, not necessarily with the other children, but with himself. And the verbiage that they use, they're talking about crushing academics. And that just becomes part of the kid's psyche.
The guides are really supportive. I hear about how helpful they are and that they're the safe people to go to. And yet they're also turning it back to the kids saying, this is yours. How do you think you should do it? And giving them their independence, the confidence to really make their own decisions and work through the grit that they need to.
Each week, we've found him more engaged. He's come home and said, Mom, I'm really motivated to learn. So when your child who's a 9th grader comes home and says, I'm really motivated to learn, both my husband and I were beaming. So we truthfully feel that this is the future of education, and Alpha's already doing it really well.
Alpha just checked all those boxes, the social emotional, the adventure, the learning outside of the classroom and the classroom. And then it just seems like that's not even where they stop. It just continues on. And I'm just so impressed with them.
It became really apparent that if about 30% of what Alpha was saying was true, then this would be a complete revolution in academia. And Alpha's just delivered way more than we could have expected. It's as clear as day to us, this is the future of education.